Hey folks, your OS Reviews. You're watching our video first look / quick review of the Polaroid 3-in-1 lens camera lens attach-on accessory. This sells on Amazon as well as in stores for about $15 to $20 depending on where you look, and it's one of the many accessories which you can purchase for Android as well as iOS smartphones, attach it on and make the camera lens maybe slightly better depending on your photography needs. And this particular one offers a fish lens effect, 180 degrees, so it's kind of like a GoPro, where you can capture in a larger environment like a room and see more within each shot. But it also curves your image, so it's not as flat or as realistic looking, but it might be cool for virtual reality purposes. Anyways, a unique effect nonetheless. It also allows you to have a macro mode, which puts in a better image if you are zoomed in into a flower or a smaller subject, and so you can play around with these various filters and lenses to get a more unique image, and you can share it with family and friends. The back features some basic info about this particular unit, which is also the CL3. So we have a angle of view which is 170 degrees to 180 degrees, which is pretty wide. 3 elements, diameter is 25 millimeters, and magnification is 0.33 times, so it's not really a magnifying lens. And the fisheye lens here, there's a macro lens here, magnification is 10 times, so that one really does magnify your shot. The wide angle lens has a 130 degree angle of view, which is still wider, but not as much as the fisheyes, which completely rounds off your image. There's a 20 millimeter diameter here, and magnification is also very minimal. So we unscrew, there's also a protector, which prevents scratching of your actual smartphone when you clip it on, and also includes a pouch, a cleaning cloth, and device itself. So here are some of the test shots: normal, wide angle, fisheye, and the macro that you can get a good glimpse of. So I picked this up directly from Amazon.com. It had Prime shipping, so it came in around 3 days, which was very fast. And in the box here, we have the aforementioned accessories, inclusive of a microfiber cleaning cloth for you to make sure the lens aren't dirty when you do travel with them. There is a tiny little pouch that says Polaroid, so it might be a bit of a tight squeeze with all these moving parts. There are some protectors on here as well. Here we have a lens cap, so it prevents scratching when you're not using it. And we also have some clip-on accessory parts as well when you do put it onto your device to protect your phone. So here we have the three aforementioned lenses. The lenses themselves are actually crafted out of a nice quality. They feel solid in the hand. They are made out of aluminum as far as the rim is concerned, and the glass is seems to be pretty good as far as the quality, so it does feel very reassuring. It's actually heavier than you would assume, so this is probably a good sign. This one is, I would assume, to be the fish eyes lens. This is probably the wide angle lens, and then the smallest one is probably the macro lens. It works, of course, with iPhone 6, 6S, and we're going to give you a quick demo with an Android phone next. Alright, so I've clipped this onto my phone. It's actually stays in place pretty well. It doesn't scratch really because of the soft touch material, and you can kind of adjust it accordingly. This is indeed the fisheye lens, which is the largest one. You can see that the field of view is extremely wide, and I can put in many images. It kind of curves off, and the shots that I get are still pretty much in focus. So overall, it does create a pretty cool effect, although you do have some borders cut off. Something I will say is that this particular hook does kind of attach onto the front, so if you have a phone where the screen or the bezel is really small, such as the Sharp Aquos Crystal, it might be a bit more problematic just because it might actually be touching the screen, which covers up maybe a small portion of your display, something to keep in mind. Also, if your camera lens is in the center of the phone as opposed to on the rear, like we have with the Passion 660 and also the iPhone series, which is on the side, it might be a bit more difficult to attach this lens accessory as well. But overall, it works pretty nicely. I can also swap this out for this one, which is just the wide angle lens, so you can get a quick idea of what this one looks like. This one doesn't really distract from the overall image, it just widens the field of view, so you can kind of have an idea of what this one would look like once it's focused. And finally, the macro one, which is really getting up close to your shots, getting very tiny objects like my fingers, as you can see here, it becomes easier to focus in and to see some macro details like insects, maybe some plants, but obviously it's still not as strong as a regular microscope would be. But overall, a very cool kit. It's relatively affordable, it's inexpensive, and it's by Polaroid. It comes with this pouch, and I think this is something that might be cool as a gift or as something to play around with, which is also, again, very inexpensive. To check out more information and details about this product, be sure to keep posted and watch our full written review, which is coming out soon. This has been our video first look. Thanks for watching. Here are OS Review.